Welcome back as we embark on the final week of the year. So I hope this message finds you surrounded by the warmth of love and the enchantment of the season. As we step into the energy of December 25th to the 31st, a week filled with the spirit of Christmas, the anticipation of bidding farewell to 2023, welcoming in 2024, let's take a collective breath and just savor the beauty of this transformative time. On Christmas Day, may your hearts be aglow with magic of the giving and the receiving, surrounded by love, of family, of friends. And as we approach the countdown to New Year, let's reflect on the journey we've traveled up to this moment and embrace the fresh possibilities that do await us. I'm truly grateful to share this journey with you. So let's infuse the final days of the year with some gratitude, some joy, a sprinkle of cosmic magic. Whether you're indulging in the holiday traditions or quietly reflecting on the year gone by, know that the universe is aligning to make this week a tapestry of positive vibrations just for you. And as we approach this final week of the magical year, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude for the beautiful journey we've shared together this year. So I don't know if you were around, but if you were, remember last year's present I prepared for you. The stars were whispering on New Year's Eve, and there I was, finishing up the last of your reports, weaving my magic into the gift for your personal astrology report based on your own natal chart. And the feedback was simply phenomenal. Your stories of how the cosmic alignments work magic and successes into your life. It warmed my soul. So this year I'm thrilled to bring you an even grander offer, okay? For $35, it'll be available on my website. I'll leave the information down below. Dive into this treasure trove. Not only a year of transits, but I'm going to put in the added progressions just for you. So imagine for a moment having this 25-page long detailed report guiding you through the tapestry of your life. And it's not just a report, it's your roadmap to success. It's a personalized guide for perfect timing in all of your endeavors. So we're walking into an 8 energy year, a year that promises financial abundance in our lives. And if that's one of your goals, then this roadmap is a must. And I want you to experience joy and happiness and abundance in your life. That's why I'm here. So as a thank you for your unwavering support, I'm offering you this compass to make 2024 your most successful year yet. I'll leave the details down below. So stay tuned. I'm excited to share my insights, offer a bit of guidance, sprinkle a little extra stardust on your Christmas and New Year's celebration. I'm wishing you joy and a week of magic ahead. Let's go over to the cards, reveal the energy that surrounds you for the week of December the 25th through to the 31st. Welcome, Aquarius. This is your weekly focus for December the 25th through to the 31st, 2023. I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Let's dive into the cards, shall we? Our underlying energy for this week is, look at this, the Three of Cups. It's about getting together with people and just having fun. Goodness sakes. That's your week. How great is that? Because it's the perfect week to do that. There's so much happening. So be a part of it. Get out there and celebrate. Have fun. Also, this is a sign that maybe there's some kind of good news that comes your way. Something worth celebrating. Not just the festive season itself, but that there's actually something happening in your life that you want to celebrate, that you want to go yes to. So good news could come your way. Absolutely. Wonderful things can happen under the 3 energy. And it is all about just loving each other and creating those special moments and getting together with people. Our first card is the King of Cups. So this is one of those times when we have to take stock. We have to pull it back a little bit. We have to sit there and we have to think about what needs to be done in our life. So, do we have the basis covered? Do we have enough money coming in? Do we have, is the car, up to date with all the service repairs? Is the house, all the bills paid? Is it nice and clean and tidy? Is it, your job? Do you like your job? Do they pay you well? Do they respect you? Do they allow you to use your talents and abilities to perfection? Just start to look at some of these things in your life. Are you healthy? Are you exercising? Are you getting enough sleep? Are you eating well? These are all questions that you need to be asking yourself this week and are probably top of mind in some way. We have the Seven of Wands next. So you were telling other people about what you're doing, where you're going, what you're inventing, what you're creating, what you are moving towards. And you're kind of telling people in a sense of, I really would like your support. I really need you to understand what I'm going to be doing going forward. And I want you by my side, but if you don't agree, that I'm still doing it kind of energy. And then we have the Two of Pentacles. So under a Two of Pentacles kind of energy, there's a decision to be made here. Maybe you're at a fork in a road in a part of your life. You just don't really know which way to take. Maybe there's more than two options. But we're going to go with two options here for this example because we have a ship coming in on each side, and those ships are identical. We hold a pentacle in each hand. They're identical. Which tells us that these ships are going to come into port. We need to get on one of those ships. We need to make the decision for where we are going forward. Obviously, we have to say a complete no to some things if we go one way or the other, right? We also have to give a complete yes. So it's a harder decision to make. The thing with this energy is we have to be on one of those boats before they sail off. Or both opportunities might be lost to us, or one of them, which might have been the right one for us. So it's a time when making no decision is a bad decision. It's a time when you have that attitude of let's see what happens is not a good way to go. This is where you need to make a decision. You need to think long and hard about your choices. Take in as much information, ask as many questions, but make sure that you are on one of those boats before they take off and sail away. Now, I'm thinking that you have a little bit of time to make this decision. It doesn't have to be made, I think, this week, although we'll see what the other cards say. I think more that you have to start giving it food for thought now in order to make the right decision down the road. So if you're looking at maybe getting a new job, what are the pros and cons? What kind of work would I want to get into? Is it different than I'm doing now? What are the perks? What are the drawbacks? And starting to think that out. Let's look at our work or career. Oh, we're worried about it. We have all these little thoughts. Most of them are negative. At the very beginning of the week, you have this energy between work and career and your money. And, them working hand in hand with each other to bring you more money. So instead of worrying about where you are, or maybe you got a little carried away leading up to now, and now you're not sure of how you're going to pay a bill or something, maybe. All these little worries, all these little concerns, okay? Throw your energy in a different direction, okay? Ask yourself, what would you like to be making? What would you like to be doing? And start from there to understand if you are in the job of your dreams already, you just don't appreciate it, or you haven't done certain things, or maybe you are stuck over here when really the company's all about this over there and you would be like fantastic over there, but they've got you holed up over here. There's worry, there's concerns. Maybe you're worried that you're not going to get a job because you've been out there looking and just nothing's coming up for you. Once again, you have that beautiful transit at the very beginning of the week. Now, I think it's Christmas Day actually that it happens where it's let's look at the chart here. It's Venus trining Neptune. And for you, that's Venus is in your 10th house right now at the beginning of the week. Now, Venus is in your 10th house. Venus doesn't move after that, does it? Yes, it does. Venus will move into Sagittarius later in the week for you. So, and usually when the stars, the planets, are in the last degrees of the very first degrees of a sign, that's when we feel it the most. So you're feeling Venus saying, "Do I love my job?" You know, is there money to be made here? Okay, and then you actually have it trining Neptune, which is in your second house, and that's your money. So the dreams, the fantasies of what can be. Okay, but with Venus coming in here and having this wonderful talk, it might open up the door for something that you hadn't even realized before. But if you're stuck in this negative, oh my gosh, the lack of, I don't have enough, this isn't going right kind of energy, and you get stuck there, you're going to miss that wave of the potential of making more money, changing jobs, finding a job, because they are working hand in hand there. So, wipe away the fears a little bit, or push the fears back and allow the positive energy to come out. Have some affirmations you can say, give it thought, meditate on it, pray on it, contemplate it. But every time you catch yourself, going into that negative little rabbit hole, pull yourself out and say, okay, no, what do I want to bring in? What do I expect my pay to be, my job to be, my career? Maybe you're even, it's even, there's just a lot of negativity. Maybe you're thinking of a different money stream to come in, but everybody's already doing that, and you start getting all like, well, you're not doing it, and that matters, okay? You have walked a certain unique path that nobody else has walked, and therefore you bring that to the table when you form that new money stream. So it doesn't matter if half the planet was doing it. There would still be a market for you if you're being drawn to that. So start getting rid of those negatives and turning those negatives into a positive. Okay, let's say you're the boss of a company and your best sales rep just up and quit. And he was like 40% of the sales. Okay, you have like 5 people on board and he was like 40%. And you're like, you think this is the worst day ever. We go home and we fret and we worry. But now, in order to utilize the energy that's around you and the planets properly, what you would need to do is saying, okay, well, maybe this is where I need to grow. Maybe this is where I need to implement more of a training plan for the people that are doing the sales now and the people that are coming on board. Maybe I've been inattentive to growing my business there and making it solid because that one person was so good. So I just relied on them to make all the sales, and I didn't really put any energy into what makes a good salesperson for my brand, for my product. So now the world opens up to you again, right? Now you're thinking of the possibilities of what you can do in order to make that part of your business stronger. So to take those negatives this week, any negative that pops up, and try and turn it into a positive. Try and understand, because it's not what happens, it's what we do with that information. So yeah, I get this negative draw from you, but those negative draws can easily turn into aha moments and epiphanies for you. Love, relationships. The Seven of Cups. Really, the Seven of Cups for love and relationships. Well, if you're in the dating scene, just don't give your heart to somebody willy-nilly. Do not do that. This is taking time. This is taking consideration. This is understanding what you want in a relationship, how they complement you, what they bring to the table. What kind of person are they? Are they spontaneous? Are they neat? Or are they well established? Or are they good looking? Or, what are you looking for? Are they the same authentic? Are they authentic? Are they real? Are they wonderful? Are they beautiful? Do they love you? Do they respect you? I mean, these are things that you want to see in the relationship. And when you're dating out there, you can see some red flags pretty easily if those things are something that won't happen within the relationship. They do something, they say something, they tell you a story, and you go, you did what? Red flag. Okay, so we just don't want to say, oh, I got a date, I'm going to marry this person. And that might be going to the extreme the other way. If you're in a relationship, it's kind of like, it's just not the time to rock the boat on what you think the relationship should be. I think that you really have to pull it back. I think you have to think about it. I think you have to come to some realizations, maybe look at the relationship through their eyes and understand where they're coming from, so that when you do propose some changes within the relationship, that it's met with an open heart, that you understand where they're coming from in the scenario of what you are hoping to bring to the relationship. Maybe you're going through certain things right now, and it's not about voicing it, it's more about digesting it and looking at it from different angles. And something that may, and once again, I get this, something that may look ugh to you is actually a blessing in disguise. And it follows through in your relationships. I get you more in a group setting, that you're doing better with the collective this week than you are one-on-ones. One-on-ones, I think, are a little harder for you to sail through. It's like you're trying different things, and then you're flipping over to something else, and then you're flipping over to something else in order to get the right vibe going, and the right vibe isn't going, and it's not you. It's about you pulling back. It's about you looking at your relationship and how you want to grow it, how you want to take it to the next step, how you want to take it deeper. Now, this could be a significant other. This could be a best friend. This could be just somebody that is close to your heart when it comes to work or in the community or even home and family. But I think it's more about pulling it back and understand what you truly want before you start voicing, well, I want this, but next week you're going to say, but I want this, and then the week after that. So it's about taking it back a little bit and understanding what you truly want to focus on in the relationship going forward. For our spirituality, it's the Four of Swords. Well, this is rest. This is rest. This is meditation. This is times of silence. This is an important part of your week is pulling it back. Allowing yourself some leisure time. Allowing yourself some time of rest. And it's a hectic week to do that in, because we're just go, and we're jumping out of one holiday into another holiday, and you don't want to burn the candle at both ends. You've got to mind your health this week with this one. And the best way you can do it is by taking little tiny breaks for yourself. And that will give you time to think about all the things that you need to think about. I see work and career. You really want to, start off the week thinking about work and career and what you really want and what you really expect when it comes to a job, when it comes to your career, when it comes to the money you make. Okay? And with relationships, that's also a very, hold back, think it through. What are you asking for? What do you truly want within that relationship? And so there is a lot of healing to be had here through meditation and prayer. By sitting in quiet solitude. And thinking back maybe on the year and how you've progressed and how you want next year to be different and in what ways you want it to be different. This isn't an action kind of energy at all for you, except for the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups was get together with everybody and have a lot of fun. But there's a lot of things that you need to sort out, and I think it's more of an introspection than it is outer. There's some decisions to be made. There's some conversations to be had. And it all boils down to when we started with the King of Cups and saying, are you happy here? Do you have enough here? Do you make enough money? Do they respect you at work? What do you do in the community? Or do you have stature in the community? Do they know who you are? Are you of service in any way? Do you belong to any groups? Are they groups that lift you up and raise you up, or do you not really get anything out of that group? What kind of groups would you like to step into? There's a lot of thought happening here for you. Okay, health and well-being. We have the death card. Well, it doesn't mean you're going to die, okay? What is going to make you feel that sense of liberation, that sense of freedom, that sense of feeling alive, of beating the alarm clock in the morning because you are so filled with passion and desire, and this you gotta get rid of that cloak. You gotta get excited about your life. You gotta ramp up the energy. Okay, raise the vibration. Okay, you want that inner child to come out and start to play. You want to be a part of that play. So by pulling yourself in, and I get this, pulling ourselves in, not really wanting to be in the spotlight or be in the crowd or do the work that's necessary. And yet everything is telling you that you have to think it through right now, that you have to understand. So this could even be when it comes to health, when it comes to well-being, that you're trying to maybe look at your habits and your behaviors and what isn't working and what needs to go, and what good behaviors do you need to bring in right now, and what good habits can you adopt in order to feel healthy, in order to feel strong, in order to feel that vitality, that energy surging through your body. Okay, Circle of Doors Tarot. They really take the tarot deck to a whole different level when it comes to the meanings, which I'm finding just fascinating. Hope you are too. Okay, our card is the Nine of Keys, the possibility. Possibility. Start thinking of the possibilities. I only knew I was truly on the mountain when I nearly tumbled down its sharpness. I only saw my destination on the horizon after there was no chance left to turn back. Here you are at the very edge, finally capable of reaching further than ever before, demolishing all limitations, seizing the absolute fullness of your true power. Here at the precipice of mastery is not the end of the journey, but the beginning. As you discard the attachments and the distractions of your hesitating and uncertain mind, you permit your inner fire to burn at its absolute brightest. Seize the opportunity to extend your reach into a place of freedom and expression that is uniquely yours, a truly undiscovered territory that is your personal birthright as a creative being. So ask yourself, do you really know the limits of your capabilities? What kind of magic can you do that no one else can? What is the unifying theme of all the ways you are seeing, dreaming, and acting? I swear that's what the card says. So it really brought this all together, didn't it? Your affirmations for the week: there is a unique magic that is only possible for me. My spirit knows my potential better than my mind. Mastery is worth the difficulties along the way. And I will never be done creating myself. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.